here on, this platform. First of all, how has the campaign been going around the entire country? I know somebody who has spent a lot of time in politics and in business, this is not new to you, but this is now your own fight on the larger scale of the country. How has it been for you?
It has not been easy, very tough, but one exciting thing about it is that now I know the whole Ghana. First, I didn't know. By tomorrow and Monday, I would have covered all the 275 constituencies. So if I'm giving the nod, if I'm the president, I know each constituency, the type of development that they need, and I'll provide. So it's good. Although it's tiring, it's also exciting. Especially coming to the north. The 5 northern regions has given me courage that, Ghana, we are not poor. We are poor because poor leaders. If we are going to focus on the gift God has given us, I think northern region should be the richest regions in the country because of the gift God has given, the arable lands, the nature of the lands, the natural resources that are untapped. I see northern region as a virgin regions. The northern regions, they are virgin because it's not developed. And I don't see why we cannot develop the northern region. And we see our young girls, age 12, 13, going to Kumasi, Accra, the big cities, to be Kayayo. With what God has given us here, we see our young boys going to Accra, Kumasi to be houseboys. No. I think, to be frank, I am bold to tell you the truth that the northern politicians, both NDC and PP, they have disappointed the people of the north because they cannot bring investors here. You don't wait for the president to bring projects here. You can go out there and sell the 5 northern regions. You put it on internet, the arable lands, the share nut trees, the water, the rivers that you have. You market the 5 northern regions and you see the kind of investment it will attract. But all these things, they are always waiting for government. I honestly tell you, I don't even see why, if you are in the north here, you should wake up in the morning to go and vote. Honestly, I'm telling you the gospel truth. I'm not scared of anybody. The truth is the truth. The gift God has given to the people of the north. I don't see why we should be poor. I don't see why people in the south will always look at us with discontempt. No. And give Agyapong chance, and you see, I believe that about 60% of industries in Ghana here should be in the 5 northern regions because of the land. And I will make sure I do that so that people from the south will also come to the north and look for jobs.
Have you been able to appreciate the, natural resources we have available?
Yes. Look, I'm always shivering in my car because I look around, left, right, ahead of me, back, and see the flatness of the land. You see, those of us in the south, we cannot have millions of acreage because of the nature of the land, big trees and all those things. But here, you don't need bulldozers. It's not bulldozer. A bulldozer will remove the topsoil. But you have tractors and you clear the land as many as you can. What I've seen is that over the years, the farmers, they have used the same land and no manure, no fertilizer, so the yield of their corn are so small.
That matured, yeah.
Right. So there I realized that no, we have to do something about the land. So when we do this, I was going to Nanton and I saw rice farms. And the land is so huge, we need irrigation. If we irrigate those lands, 365 days, we'll have rice. And we import $700 million rice into Ghana. We can stop it when we develop Busa South then Nanton and other areas where they produce rice, then where the flood is in Volta region. My brother, we can feed ourselves and even feed the rest of West African countries. So let me give you a typical example. My son here, he buys a kilo of shea butter for 27 cedis. He packages it to America, Amazon, and sell it for $34. If you multiply it by 11.5, it's about 404 cedis a kilo. And what are we doing with this gift God has given us? Share not everywhere, from Tamale Airport, Zablugu, Kumbungu, Walwale, all the way to Bolga, Paga, Puziga. My brother, do you know what we can do? And we call ourselves poor because we are poor leaders.
But Honorable, your party is in power and they have established the one district, one factory policy.
And what has happened to it?
I mean, I should be asking you. You
don't ask me. Ask your leaders here who are playing tribal politics. Ask them what they've been able. Have they been able to take advantage of the one district, one factory? Ask them, not me. I'm going to change it because I've seen that. And mine is not going to be one district, one factory alone. Don't get me wrong. One district, one factory, perfect policy. But going around, I've seen that one constituency can have more than 3-4 factories. 1, you rear cattle. 2, you grow rice. 3, you grow maize. 4, you grow millet. So one area, you can have about 4 industries right there. But I agree, if we are able to do one district, one factory everywhere, it would have helped. But what is happening? My policy, 1, if you give me the chance, every district assembly will at least cultivate 1,000 acres farm, whether soybean, whether rice, whether maize, anything. Because what do they do with the common fund? They don't multiply it. They always sit there, wait for the government to bring them money. I will put the money that is given to the common fund to work so that they can increase or multiply whatever amount given to them. That is 1. So if you do that, one assembly, 1,000 acres, 275 assemblies you have will give you 275,000 acres of maize, rice, whatever, soya bean, and everything. Then you engage the businessmen. Here, the problem we have is capital. So you pair them with investors, and they'll use the land as a collateral, and government will also partner the Ghanaian to have a stake in the business, so that all the monies will not go to the foreigners. That's the only way we can build Ghanaians to have money. And I'm going to do it irrespective of your party. If you are NDC and you can do the job, you have the vision, let's help him.
But I mean, one will say that you are one of the most influential people in this country today, and even under this government. Why haven't you been able to channel the same ideas?
My brother,
you have greater access to the presidency and almost all the.
My brother, let me tell you something. Northern region, all the way up to Pandai, crossing the Oti River, you grow yam. As far back as Kwashiga's time, I brought a technology from Holland, a company called Grasso. We took yam from here to Holland. They did the experiment, and they found out that you can store yam for 8 months. Because the same starch content in potatoes is in yam. And Europe, America, China, everywhere, to potatoes is just one season. But every day when you go to the market, supermarket, you find potato, because they're able to store it for 8 months. I gave this technology to Kwashiga, and his technical advisors, they rubbished. They rubbished it. I've given them technology to store our fish. When you catch the fish, you first need to blast freeze it at a temperature of minus 41 degrees for 24 hours before you move it into the coastal minus 12, minus 15 degrees. Then it meets international standards for you to export it. Do you know what the technical guys told me? Oh, as for the fish, we can smoke it. That day, I just picked my files and left the meeting. Say, Jesus Christ. These are the people we have advising the minister. And to date, we import fish from Mauritania and Angola, the same African country. I have a coastal, one coastal, October 21st, 2021 to October 2022, I imported $30 million worth of fish from Mauritania. And our fish in our sea, red fish, very expensive. Ghanaians themselves have given their license as if they own the vessels to a Chinese, Lebanese, Indians. They are flying Ghana flag, and when they catch the fish, right there in the middle of the sea, high seas, they change the vessels and take our fish to European market, China market, whatever, and we will go and buy fish from Mauritania. And all these things, I have said it million times, and my brother, they don't listen to me. So your question, that is why I have decided that this time I'm going to contest myself and not give advice that the people will not take, because it's my vision, it's the foresight. I have experienced all these things physically. Not that I've read it in the book. I'm not theorist. I'm pragmatic. So I have seen it, and I have confidence. Talking to you, I have confidence it will work because I've been to India. I see. Look, every sugar plant in India that I visited, they generate their own electricity for their plant. They use the byproducts. You know, this chipboard.
Yeah.
You can use sugar cane, the byproduct, to do this chipboard. They use it to generate electricity. They use it for alcohol. They use it for sugar. What are we doing? And your weather here, if you don't know, I have done experiment. I don't see sugar cane here, but it's one of the products that is conducive for your weather. Because during the day, it's very hot.
Yeah, and
in the night, it's cool. That is the temperature sugar cane wants. And we don't even know. I sit in the south and done this experiment, and your leaders are here, they don't know. I am going to change the fortunes of the fight.
So now, Honorable, let's look at this. One will say that yes, you have espoused, you just espoused brilliant ideas, just like President Akufo-Addo did when he was campaigning.
Please hold on right there. I won't let you land. I am talking do.
No, because we have heard the talking do. We've heard the talking do before.
I want to tell you, don't compare me, because look, I have over 7,158 permanent workers in this country. So don't compare me to any president Ghana has ever had.
So it's not just going to be a comparison, but for the people of this country and delegates who are listening to you,
right,
they know very well that we've been given a lot of promises from other human beings just like you and leadership just like you. Why should we see you as a different fellow who is running into this election?
I've answered your question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the conversation. It's not about the talk, it's about the actions.
Look, I have so many businesses that I have employed. As I'm talking to you, I have built the biggest coastal in the whole Africa. I have built the biggest steel plant in the whole West Africa. I have over 7,000 workers in this country. As I speak, I have starch plant at Atebubu Amantin that I acquired 125,000 acres of land. The land is just like it's flat. We've cultivated 30,000 acres of cassava, using it for starch. Okay? I have another one at Prime. I have so many businesses. Look here. If you know how I can create dams for fish, tilapia, you cross the border here to go to Burkina to buy tilapia. It's a shame. Go to Ashanti region, Achuma Kwahoma constituency. Go and see my fish ponds. I started in 1998. There are 5 fish ponds. One is not less than 1 kilometer stretch. They go there, the fish ponds, they use canoes. So I'm different. I'm a businessman. That is why I'm saying that they should give me opportunity, a chance to lead this country, because I'm a businessman. Wherever I go, I smell money. I smell money. I see your land and I know what I'm going to do with the land. That is what I mean by I smell money. Some leaders, they just come, they speak English, and our pocket is empty. Our children are migrating to the south for Cairo. Please, let me be straight. President Kwame Nkrumah is one person from Western region. Northern region, the 5 northern regions, you've had President Hillary Liman.
Yeah.
You have President Mahama.
Yeah.
You've had 2 vice presidents, Ali Mahama and the current vice president. Let's be bold and sincere to ourselves. What Kwame Nkrumah alone from Western region did for the people of the 5 northern regions. Can you compare these 4 people? Can you?
Unmatched.
Precisely. That is why I'm begging the delegates to vote for me. And don't vote because this man is your brother. You are poor. He's been in power for so long. He didn't put money in your pocket. Now he wants another position. He comes to you and says, you are my brother. When you were hungry, when you couldn't pay your child's school fees, was any politician here to pay your school fees? I am going to create opportunities for you so that you don't be a beggar. You go out there and pay your children's school fees because you are working. That's what I believe in. This is the only way, my brother, we can move this country. And if you give me the opportunity, I'll beat Kwame Nkrumah's record.
You don't mean it?
I'm going to beat Kwame Nkrumah's record. Because at this point in life, what do I need? I don't need anything. God will punish me if I take Ghana's money outside this country to go and invest, go and buy properties. God will punish me. I only want to make a name. Your handsome face sitting here, when you hear that Agyapong is dead, you leave your job and go all the way to Asendompim to celebrate Agyapong. That is all I want from you. I don't need money. I don't need anything. I want to make a difference in society. Believe in me. Look, I'm telling you today, if you don't know, out of the 7,158 workers, I employ 1,017 Northerners. How many politicians in these 5 northern regions who are playing tribal politics? Even when I came, this man is from Sandema. Those of them, at least I came with 9 Northerners. And I don't take them cheap. Like your brothers, when they employ you, they take you cheap. Respectfully, I am a media person because I own a... So I can tell you confident, respectfully, that my security makes more money than you.
That's true.
My security, he's here. Ask him. I pay him 3,000 a month.
Oh, then if it's 3,000, no.
That your education,
3,000, no.
Hold on, your education, your level of education and everything. You sit here, and this man, with all respect to him, he doesn't have that level of education. By following and protecting Agyapong, he makes 3,000.
Very well. So now if you look at our northern politicians, many of them will say that they are in a phase because we are in a poor zone, and then they do not get the opportunities that the southern, probably ministers and other appointees.
Please don't use that word poor zone. In life, get it from me. If you sell yourself cheap, they will buy you cheap.
They'll take you for peanuts.
Yes. So why are you saying that you are in a poor zone? With this rich arable lands that you have, can you call yourself a poor zone?
The Ashanti say that you dinam ne yinam.
When you market this region, you will get investors coming to invest in this area. You are a member of parliament. All you have to do is sell your constituency to the rest of the world. And you get investors. And only the nam nam. You don't just sit back and say the nam nam. I was going to Karachi, Western, East and West, Dambai, crossing the Oti River. We were in the ferry, and the party guys took a canoe. and the canoe was faster than the ferry,
Of course, yeah.
going round and playing the drums and everything. It was a beautiful scene. We see the Oti River so still. So I asked my son to take pictures for me and put it on the net. From Friday to Friday, 384,000 viewers. That shot. What have I done to the people of?
It's complete tourism.
Good. And they started calling my son. Oh, can we have a party on it? What is the distance from Accra to Oti? So now I got to Karachi West, and I saw that during the Champions time they had an airstrip. So for tourism, people to walk, travel from Accra to Oti for 4 hours, will do the airstrip where the flight will be about 30 minutes. This is creativity.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you sit here and tell me, yeah, the name they nam me or not, I'm poor, you have poor mind.
So very well. So we're still spending some time with Ohene Agyapong here in the studio of 91.7 megahertz. We're having a discussion. He's actually on a tour. You know, the showdown walk happened in the Ashanti region and other places. I've seen a number of videos. I mean, those of you who are monitoring us on Facebook, I'm sure by now you'll be seeing some of the videos from the walks. I mean, all over the country and how it materialized. Now he's here in the northern region. We're having a conversation with him. Now, Honorable, let's look at something. Something happened within your party in the last few months or few weeks.
Okay.
That has to do with the exit of Alan Kojo Chairman thing.
Right.
I know you have spoken with it. I've listened to a tape. I mean, during your walk in Kumasi, and you lamented over the whole matter. I know for sure it's going to have an impact negatively on your party. Take us through supporters of Alan Chairman, how you can rope them on board, and what you will do going forward.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
This great opportunity for me to appeal to the supporters of Alan to join Agyapong. If they vote for me, I'll be able to bring Honorable Chairman back into the party. Now let me explain it. Look, general election or this election, the primaries, you need 50% plus 1, not 51% plus 1. General election, you need 50 plus 1. So everybody is important. So anybody who says that, oh, Alan Okwa, he can go, then it means the person is not a politician. Whether you like it or not. Alan appeals to the early Ashantis. Alan appeals to the nation, the people who want quiet people like him, not like Agyapong. Okay? Some people say no, Agyapong is like Rollins. He's too harsh.
And even some even say that Trump.
Yeah, Trump. Right. And some people who do not like the Trump style or Rollins style will tilt to Alan. So we have to be careful saying that, oh, he can leave, we don't care. If you say Alan can leave and you don't care, it means you are not a politician. So I'm appealing to all the Alan supporters that they should come on board. I'm promising them that I will be able to bring Honorable Chairman back. I've spoken to him, but not at length, pleading with him to stay calm for us to see the results of the November 4th. So Alan supporters, I know he has a lot of supporters here. And to tell you the truth, if he had not resigned, I wouldn't have known his strength. Yeah, I wouldn't have known his strength. But when he resigned and I started meeting Alan supporters, I said, ish, maybe he has made a mistake. Because the survey the system did show that this primaries, if Alan was part, nobody was going to get 50%.
Really?
Yeah. They've done it several times.
But they said the special delegate Congress was really something that demonstrated where the winner is actually leading to. And for that matter, you even came second. and Alan came third.
Yeah.
Which was described as most embarrassing for him.
My brother, let me tell you what went on. Let's see if it will go on like this again with the intimidation, especially in the 5 northern regions, Ashanti region, Volta region. These 7 regions, the intimidation that went on. And again, you have given me opportunity to talk to the delegates well. You know, super delegates, 945 or so. Some executives got as much as or as high as 100,000 Ghana cedis, which is 1 billion cedis.
For TNT?
Whatever they call it. Some got Navara pickups. I have the pictures here. If they dare me, I'll put it on social media for everybody to see.
I think yesterday you showed it in Tolong.
Good. They took brand new pickups, Navara. And Navara, like the Mitsubishi pickup I brought to Yana, is $40,000. So $40,000 multiplied by 11 is 440,000. Okay? In Ashanti region, some got as high as 150,000.
For just an individual with a single vote?
Yes. So I'm coming to that. Then, some of the chairmen got Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. So why wouldn't he win? This time, I am advising all delegates, polling station executives, also to take at least 100,000. If not, don't vote for them. Because single vote, I can Agyapong with loud mouth sitting here, I have 1 vote. The polling station executive has 1 vote. Your chairman has 1 vote. Everybody has 1 vote. We put it together and it's 208,000. No single individual has 2 votes. And therefore, if an individual takes 100,000, 150,000, Land Cruiser Prado, Navara pickup, why would they come to you and give you 2,000? And what they are saying is, okay, we are going to give you 1,000 first. When you go, take a picture of your vote and come for another 1,000. It's a big insult. And we are not going to allow anybody to take a phone there. Who sees your phone? That's where the showdown is going to come in.
So this time around, the party is not going to decentralize the voting.
No, constituency by constituency. Yeah, we do it. Because it's too big. Constituency by constituency.
But you already complained about the intimidation tactics. Your support base in the northern region or the 5 regions of the north, you are based in Accra,
right? And
how are you? What efforts are you putting in place?
I will not tell you. I will give you my strategy.
You would want to display another showdown. I mean, on that.
Look, me, I'm a man of peace, but I always fight for my rights.
They say you're a nice man, but then it appears sometimes you easily you get a very short fuse.
Yeah, because I don't like cheating. Anybody who tries to cheat me, I fight back. As simple as that. And let me tell you something. In Ghana here, they misconstrue confidence to be arrogant.
Yeah.
Because I have confidence telling you the problems in this region. People will come and say, oh, Agyapong, he's too known. Oh, Agyapong, he talks too much.
They say that they say, I mean, Agyapong, he's not a diplomatic figure. He's not someone who is fit for the presidency because he's not diplomatic. And you need to have a diplomatic character.
Diplomatic character. You have. Are you telling me you've had diplomatic presidents throughout, and you are still poor? Your pocket is empty. Diplomatic. If the person is not diplomatic but can put money in your pocket, can put food on your table, which one do you prefer? The man who will be bold to tell you what is wrong, and the man who, oh, good to see you, good to see you, good to see you, good to see you, and your pocket is empty, and you go begging. Your children, your daughters will go and do kayayu. Which one do you prefer? My brother, so it's neither here nor there. We need a man who is straightforward, a man who can crack the whip. We are not going to beg anybody. We all have to make sure we are disciplined, we are honest, and we are patriotic, and move this country. As simple as that. And this is what they term it as, oh, somebody who is not diplomatic, then so be it. Because we have been diplomatic, and we have all this vast land here, and we can't develop it. And you are telling me because of we are poor, and who says you are poor? You are very rich.
So now let's look at another angle, because if eventually you becomes the flag bearer of your party, it means that you are running against your main opposition, the NDC.
Right.
Now they said you have said so many terrible things about your own party and selling them to the NDC.
What terrible things? Whatever you are saying, are you saying that NDC, they are not Ghanaians and they are not feeling whatever I'm saying?
No, but it appears your party and its leadership, they are massaging the issues. But
how do you see? You see, you massage the issues, but people have taken a decision that they know your massage and they are just waiting patiently for you on December 7th and they vote you out. Sometimes I come out boldly, and if you listen to me carefully and change things around, we have about 14 months or 15 months to go. 14 months.
Yeah,
October
14,
is over.
yeah.
14 months. Maybe within these 14 months, whatever criticisms I level against my party, if they listen to me carefully and make changes, it might probably change the minds of the voters before December 2024. So they have to take it kindly and listen to, with all due respect to the nonsense Ken Agyapong is saying, and say to themselves if it's valid, he has a valid point, is good or not. But if you rule me out completely and say that, oh, Ken Agyapong, I know where you're coming from. One day I said, look, we have mounted a platform and said that, oh, when your exchange rate is what? Your fundamentals are weak. Your exchange rate will expose you. And today, you also come, the exchange rate is worse.
You are on IMF.
Right. How would you go and defend it? And are you saying that the NDC people are not Ghanaians and they don't know what is going on? And I'm the one who is inciting them? Please, that is fallacy of argumentum ad hominem.
Now, another portion is that I have heard someone on social media indicate that the Zongos are angry with you based on the issue that happens with Ahmed Swale. You displayed his photograph on social media,
my brother,
and apparently, allegedly got him killed.
My brother, I have more Zongo supporters than any of the candidates, whether you are from here or not, because I have always respected the Zongo people. I've given them help. That is why I'm called Sheikh Osman.
Oh, okay. I've not heard that before.
Oh, please. Then you are not a good Muslim.
No, I'm not. I'm a Christian.
Ah, you're a Christian. Yes, you are still not a good Northerner.
This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Sheikh Ashalibutu gave me the title
Sheikh Osman.
Yeah, Sheikh Osman.
Oh, okay.
And I asked him why. He said in Islam, the only man who took care of his fellow Muslims was called Osman. That is why he conferred the title of me.
Oh, okay.
It tells you the assistant. Look, how can Zongo people be mad at me? It's propaganda. I'm a Swale. They know the killers. They themselves, we are in government. You have the security and everybody. They've done their investigation. Why don't they bring her? If I show somebody's picture, does it mean that, Anas reported me to America? Yes. A senator in Georgia.
And we had reports that you were picked up in America when you arrived.
I picked who?
Yes, that the security in America picked you up.
How?
We had some of those reports.
How? They picked me up for what?
Because Anas had apparently reported you to.
No, it's not true. I was delayed at the airport for them to check everything. When they checked, there was nothing. When I even gave my green card up, I applied for the visa. This time, I go to America with visa. Why did they give me a visa if I'm a murderer? They've done their investigation and everything. The congressman that Anas reported me to came here with Nancy Pelosi and frantically looking for me. He asked the minister, environment, Dr. Friye, Serioso, to come and look for me. I met him, and this man told me, I have his card. He said, I've done my investigation. I've realized you have the same problem as I have in America. America, they call me a madman because I speak the truth as it is. This is the congressman who came here himself, the one that Anas reported me. So I'm not worried about whatever they are saying because I know I'm clean. But for Zongo people, anybody who tells you that Zongo people don't like me is a lie.
I monitored your interview when you visited America recently, where you mentioned the killer of Ahmed Swale.
Yeah.
I mean, why? I mean, are you being tagged with this and then you've been quiet and just only talk about the securities? The security is aware of. I mean, everything that you are giving and nothing is happening, and your name keep coming down.
Yes, I'm worried about it because that is why I'm annoyed. Because MPP, they know the truth, but they always want to sacrifice Agyapong. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. You are sitting here asking me this question. They have done their investigation. They know, or even if they don't know, they should bring the outcome for Ghanaians to know. Where is the outcome? Why have they been quiet? Are they saying to Ghanaians that Ahmed Swale, when he was killed, the police didn't do any investigation? The security didn't do any investigation? If they did, let us know the outcome. If it is Agyapong. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, my brother. But you see, MPP, they always want to use you and dump you. I will not allow them to dump me anymore. I won't do it. I will not sacrifice for MPP, for my children, my family, generation to be humiliated.
But we are picking signals that you are just on your way to being dumped because some of them believe that you are losing these elections hands down. And that'll be your end in your political career.
Let me tell you, without me, MPP can win election.
You don't mean it.
I'm telling you. You know how many people are begging me? You know the money that they've offered me and I've refused.
For what?
Offered me to step down. And if I step down, we'll lose. So no, the sacrifices the party people have made, I cannot selfishly take that amount of money and leave them to their fate. No. So whoever is telling you, my brother, it is not. How can MPP dump me? If they dump me, they'll go to opposition.
Okay.
Because look, we all need each other. If I win, I still need a vice president. I need other contestants. That is why I don't want to rubbish vice president, but his people always play dirty games and all those things. And I always talk to him. If you don't know, I'm telling you today. I would always talk to him through Samia Uku. He will call and I'll speak to him. This didn't go well. This is a, you see, if a year I will fight back. All these things go because I need him.
Okay.
And he himself admits that he needs Agyapong.
I want us to get back to your policies and then the things, especially so far as the northern region is concerned. Ever since you got in here, especially there was this report. I don't know whether you cited it when you visited the Yana's palace. We told that the Yana was not really happy with you, but later, I think this morning, the secretary of the Yana just sent me a press release to indicate that the Yana never said any of those things. When you heard it, how was the feeling in you?
No, I just laughed. I said, because I know what happened over there. Yana didn't say that. But my brother, let me advise the media. Look, whatever you are doing, Ghana, it is not soldiers. It is not politicians. Any civil war that will happen in Ghana here will come from media. Listen to me, look at me carefully. Eyeball to eyeball. My brother, your reportage will bring war to this country. Let me give you an example. If you don't know, go and read about Rwanda. It was one false reportage that a media man put out there. Within 48 hours, 800,000 people died in Rwanda. You guys have to be very careful the way you report a. You see, if he likes a candidate, I don't have a problem. That's democracy. You have a choice. A radio station, you tell to a candidate, no problem. But speak the truth. Now that Yana's palace has issued a disclaimer or whatever, what is the reputation of that radio station? It's gone down. People will not take you serious again. Yana never said anything like that. But they put it out there. Instead of praising Agyapong, you have over 20 MPs here plus vice president. Nobody has gone to Yana to give him a pickup. I come from the south. to give me a pickup, and you go and disgrace me. And look, me, delegates, listen to me. I'm a pace setter. Whatever I do, they follow. I know next this Sunday now they want to go to Yana. So all this time, if Agyapong had not visited Yana, wouldn't they have gone there? I'm a pace setter. So they should stop peddling false allegations, lies. It will help this country. But I just love the, but when I read, I said, oh, please, it's one of those, look, I'm politically matured, 35 years experience. This also indicates that I don't react easily. When I'm coming out, it means it has gone on for several days or months. Then one day, I just react. All these things that are happening, whatever they are saying, nobody is saying anything. The party has very been unfair to me. I've meant not to respond. I'm just giving example. Of late, the second lady is in Ashanti region. All the things she has said about me, the party has not heard anything.
She said they didn't mention your name. That's what they say.
That's what they are saying. That's what they are saying.
Yeah. Your name hasn't been mentioned in her comments.
So can I also go there and say what I know without mentioning it? That one, they will know whom the person is referring to, Agyapong is referring to. That's unfairness. But I've decided not to respond. I've decided not to respond. I'm only drawing your attention from this that, all these things are going on. I don't say anything. But one, if Agyapong responds, hey, then MPP. But I leave it to their fate.
I will be wrapping up. I know you are going to meet delegates, so I will not spend much of your time. But someone wants us to ask you a question on the issue of your, investing in the rich lands and all that, and how, your strategy in actually operationalizing the market space of Ghana, especially from the northern part, will also be.
Fortunately, Tamale here, now you have international airport.
Yeah.
My brother, the lands that we have here, if we irrigate it, vegetables, we can send fresh products, vegetables, straight to UK and European market within 5 hours, because of the cost of processing the maize into ethanol. So 12,500 acres maize farm will give you 200,000 liters a day ethanol. You need $50 million for this investment. And my brother, employment of the $50 million is 2,000. 2,000 Northerners will have a job. You even have the man labor or the skills that even people from the south, that's what I mean, will come here looking for jobs. So what we have to do to contain this is that every factory I visited in China and India, they have houses in there for the workers. Okay? Apart from cassava, look, cassava, we can use it in China and Thailand. They use cassava for 32 different products. We have my plant at Atebubuamanting. We produce starch. And the starch is more important than gold, which means cassava is more important than gold. We can do it in Yendi all the way to Pandai and here. One, we use this starch for drugs, the drugs that we, when we are sick with it, every drug you take, there is starch content in it. So the demand in the world is so high that when we have this land here, my brother, don't say we are poor. We don't have directions. Two, we use the same cassava for breweries, the beer, Guinness, malt. We use cassava for poultry, feeds. We use cassava for tapioca. We use cassava flour. We use cassava for a lot of things. Maize, the same thing. You are here. I'm sure you have not even tasted corn oil before.
I cannot say.
Good, yeah. But one of the most expensive oils in the world is corn. And you produce corn here. We only have to irrigate the lands, the arable lands with tractors, mechanized farming to get good yield, so that we can produce corn oil, flour, a lot of things, cornflakes. So many things we can do. So my brother, we are not poor. Soya bean. You grow soya bean here, and Indians will come and buy it, go and process it, and bring it back to American market. Your share not. The share butter, it comes back from America. When they sell, they also add something in the package. A tube like this is 700 Ghana cedis. What is wrong with us? Every company coming from outside to buy the shea butter, if you don't have a processing factory here, we will not allow you to buy the shea butter. We will process it here and add value. No, look, the richest cream that you use, you apply to this body. Without shea butter in it, it's not expensive, it's not rich. So we have this gift from God. Let me ask you one silly question. On my way from Damango to Bole, that was the first time I tasted tama.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that it was that sweet.
Shannon, yeah.
Yeah. And all these 5 regions, everywhere you go, you see tama, they pick it just like that. And we don't have tama.
Even they are felling the trees.
We will stop them because it's a valuable tree that they don't know the value. The tama, my brother, we don't have tama fruit juice in all the 5 northern regions, and you say you are poor.
They only use the nuts, probably for all.
Yeah, but the tama juice alone is so sweet. Even if you are lazy, take tama and orange and mix it on the table like this. Organic. And organic is more expensive than what we produce. In my constituency, I have orange processing factory that I do concentrate, export to Spain and Brazil. Okay? So with the tama juice and orange juice put together, fresh, we call it organic. And it's more expensive than the concentrate ones. What are we doing? So there's so many things we can do in the 5 northern regions, Afram Plains and Volta region, to feed the whole Africa.
Honorable, you have a lot in mind, and but I will need to give you some space to meet your delegates. And the messages I'm receiving here, I wish you could get an opportunity to just listen to 3 people. I mean, and what they will have to. I mean, whether they have accepted the message or not.
Please.
And that is the tamale for you. So 020-006-0766. You can just share 1 or 2 with Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. He's here with us in the studio. He's still on tour, and I mean, I must admit that so far, with all the candidates that are vying for this, I think you carry a message along. Because I've not yet heard any message anywhere. Maybe probably somebody heard and I have not. I haven't.
Because I'm in for development. So I want to make the Northerners proud. I want to make them feel good.
So let's listen to our first caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Tell me your name and go ahead. Very quickly.
Yeah, I'm a greeting to His Excellency. I'm an NDC man. Yesterday, I followed your station when Kennedy was in Twitter. I felt love in Kennedy at the point.
Okay, you watch our live. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I watch live program. I love him. It's the first time that MPP man gives the policies that I put into my heart. The way he speaks, I love him. Tell him that I knew him. I love him. When he wins, I'll change my mind. I'm an NDC man. But I love him.
Thank you, my brother.
This is the second time I'm hearing this. Someone says that the moment he hears Kennedy won, then no matter what he will do to win. I mean, to vote. I think that's a
hello,
yeah. Yes, hello. Good morning. Quick one.
Good morning to you and good morning to you. Kennedy Agyapong. Please, I want to meet you like that.
Oh.
Am I able to do that?
Say that again.
I say I want to meet you. Am I able to do that?
Oh, maybe probably if you get to the center where they are. I mean, I think not hall, eh? Wahikol. He's going to Wahikol from here. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, quickly. You are the very final person.
I'm from Tamale North. I'm calling Red. Yes, I'll tell you to greet my father or my. I'm happy the way the Honorable Kennedy has seen and talked. I'm happy. I'm very, 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 very proud.
Master, when you come and see the all people and northern, everybody is happy. So me, I pray God to give for, I pray to give to Honorable Alan Odo Chairman to lead the NPP party 2024.
No, this is Kennedy Agyapong. No?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alan, sorry.
Not Alan, Kennedy Agyapong.
Yeah, I'm happy. You know something? Kennedy, Alan or Kennedy Agyapong, you don't want to tell somebody lies. The whole Anuam. Kennedy, when you open the mouth and talk, Master, when you trace it, you may never see the telling lies in that case. When you say you do something, to do it. But since last year, you tell the Yana, say, Yana, I'll give you the pickup to go to any someplace you go, and you take it and go. Master, you give it or you didn't give it to me. But now, when you see the vice president, MPs, the northern MPs or vice president, hey, I'm a northern. You can't help your chief. You can't help your everybody.
Okay, thank you. Honorable, if we allow this phone call, you hear a lot of things and then it will...
let me finalize it. You know what? My brother, some say, he's not a presidential material. That's you said. But a presidential material is who? The one who can negotiate for businesses, for infrastructure to come into this country. Let me give you three things. In President Kufuor's time, I and my partner with a company called Superk, we brought the financing from China to construct the Bui Dam at the cost of $640 million. 2, the $3 billion that we arranged for Ghana, and unfortunately Nana Akufo-Addo lost the election and Atamils took over. The Ghana gas plant that they built was from the $3 billion that we took from China Development Bank, CDB. Again, this interchange here, anybody who says he brought it is a liar if it's not Agyapong and his partner.
Really?
Wow. Yes.
No, this is, I mean,
yes,
you need to say this again.
Yes, and let me repeat it. Anybody who says that he brought the Tamale interchange is a liar. Let me tell you what happened. We went to China. The delegation was led by the Vice President, His Excellency. And we went. We negotiated with different banks. They finally settled on China Railway. Our company that we introduced to the team was Sino Hydro. When they gave the contract to China Railways, they couldn't mobilize the funds. So they came back to us. Because Sino Hydro has a record of the Bui Dam, it was easy with experience, meaning they know the terrain. So it was easy for China to approve the loan of $2 billion. So it's my company. My company, Superk, we represent Sino Hydro.
Oh, okay.
And Sino Hydro is the one constructing this overpass here. So who says he brought it? Who? But you see, I don't talk. I'm a businessman. All I care is Ghana developing. So I don't talk. But the way things are going, he's not a presidential material. He's not a Northerner. I'm not a Northerner. But I bought generator for Tamale Hospital.
Teaching hospital?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not a Northerner. I facilitated this overpass. I'm not a Northerner. But when the Tamale chief,
that's the overlord,
initiated education fund. I'm the
Dakwema educational fund. Yeah,
I'm the only politician in Ghana who contributed 10,000 those days. Ever since, no politician from the north has contributed even a cedi. I'm not a Northerner. I gave 2 guys scholarship to go, pay their fees to go to Canada. Now one is coming back to contest. When you go to Savannah, the assistant secretary,
okay,
what's his name? Mayoyo. I picked him when he was, his height, a bodyguard. And so I asked him, look, fine boy, what are you doing? So, I have admission to go to training college. For 2 years, I have not had money. And you know how much it costs? 400 cedis. I said, what? And because of 400 cedis, handsome boy like that, you are being a bodyguard or security. Come on, I'll pay the fees. And I paid the fees till he finished university. He has done his masters. And you come back and say that at all cost he has to support somebody who is from here. When he was being a security, didn't you know, or didn't they have northern politicians here to help him? I come from the north to help him go through education to get his masters, and now you are forcing him. And he said no, he has conscience. Let me tell you, sometimes ungratefulness is so painful. Look, I campaign with Honorable Farouk. I gave his constituency.
Yendi. Okay.
Yeah, and I gave him 20 corn mill machines for his constituency.
Wow. Prior to the elections.
Yes. I campaigned for Aziz Mion.
Okay, yes.
I gave Bolalana. Is that how you call it?
Bolalana, yes.
Yeah.
The young Lana, okay.
Yeah. I gave him a brand new pickup. Every woman who came to the rally that day, I gave her 200 Ghana cedis.
All the women?
Yes. Lined up.
Wow.
I went to Tolong.
Habib's
constituency. I left there 1 a.m. Show him the pictures. 1 a.m. Upper West, Lambrusi. They written or they marked him red, means it was no go area, no win. So no pickup. I gave him pickup. For the first time, we won the seat. But nobody gives me credit.
Honorable, the first time you made this statement, I know the time is not there, but the first time you made this statement,
yeah,
I have heard some of them indicate that, I mean, you couldn't have said that made them to that your support made them to win those.
Oh yeah. Okay, we are waiting again. We are coming. 2024 is coming. So if that is the word they use, so ungrateful, I'm just quiet. We are waiting. Okay? But at least if they didn't win, they admit that I did those things for them. My brother, did they admit that I did those things for them?
Because I think we even had an interview. It's just that my producer is not here. Because I recall very well that we kept it on social media. We kept
I am here.
Interview.
I am here. Tell you, let them call. Let them call and say that I'm lying. Call the Yendi chairman. Yesterday I was there. Is it 2 days ago? 2 days ago. I was there. I repeated it.
Okay, so I think those of you on social media, you can see this is a photograph when Kennedy
went to
Yana with the Honorable, that's Farouk Aliu Mahama at the palace. And I think that's what he's making references. So those of you on Facebook watching us, I'm sure you can see that on the.
So nobody has contributed, even mention my name in this northern region. Yesterday you were there when Habib was speaking. He made mention of it. He made mention of it.
Yeah. So those are some of the images you can see on. Okay, that's in Myong. Okay, that's in.
So
but how come you have not been able to convince them to follow you or give you this support?
Well, they said
you are not a presidential material.
No.
Okay.
No, Farouk is my very good friend. And listen, when I asked him, any time I was with Farouk, he would call the mother and I'll speak to her. And she say, look, I'm leaving your brother into your care. Take good care of your brother. I say, yes, ma'am. So when I asked Farouk, he said, honestly, when the mother was dying, she told him that whatever he would do to help Vice President win, he has to do it. And he has to honor his mother's last wish.
Okay.
Yeah, I said, fine. If you are not dirty and you recognize me, that I'm a brother to you, I don't have a problem. But the things they say about me, that is what hurts. What they say about me, they'll be punished one day. That one I assure you, I'm not scared of them. Punishment can be simple. I won't come here. Do your own campaign. Agyapong did not contribute, so do your own thing. Now, they have positions that they can take care of themselves. But look, the same thing happened, let me tell you. In 2016, what I did for MPP to win. When they want power, they say, oh, Agyapong, whatever favor he does, he goes out there talking. So we are going to do it ourselves. You see the number of seats we lost. We see from 169 to 137. Even that, I got to know that last minute when I went to National Council and I saw the way they were trying to disqualify some candidates, and I resisted. And I went around campaigning. I went to 17 constituencies, 16 of them won. Wow. Can you imagine if I had not gone there? Take away 16 from 137. What would have happened?
It would have been miserable.
Good. So now me, I'm quiet. Agyapong is useless. He's nobody. So I'm quiet. I'm doing my campaign.
Let's take your last words for the delegates who are maybe far away.
Delegates who are far away and listening to me, I'm begging you. If you sell yourself cheap, they will buy you cheap. Some people have received huge sums of money. This election, November 4th, you have the same vote with the person. So if they don't give you 100,000, don't vote for them. Vote for Agyapong for development for life.
Wow.
Yes, 1 billion OCDs. If they don't give it to every delegate, vote against them. Because 945, they have the same vote as you. Some of them got as high as Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, which is about $100,000, which is about 1.2 billion million cities. And you, they'll come to you and give you 2,000 and tell you, okay, we are giving you 1,000. Go vote and take a picture, then come for 1,000. It's a big insult. If they are able to give you 100,000, vote for them. If they are not able to vote for, give you 100,000, vote against them and vote for Agyapong for development. Again, going around and telling this story, some chairman here are saying that they never received that amount, which means even your own people don't respect you. They take you cheap, and they didn't give you that money. They get pick up. Look, do you have the pictures here? Show you. Pickups, Cape Coast, Central Region. They gave some chairman Navara pickups. He will show you the pictures.
Okay, so those of you who are on Facebook, you can come. It seems Honorable has a lot of evidence to.
No, yeah, I don't lie.
There's a lot of evidence.
Please show it.
But our time
the chairman happily smiling, and you are from the north, and they give you 10,000, 20,000. You see how they cheat? It means that what they have done to you, the chairman here, means that when you vote for your own brother, he will take you for granted.
Okay, so those of you on Facebook,
yes.
You can look at it. This is one of the this is one of
you
the.
See how she's smiling?
Yeah.
And you are from the north, you can't smile.
Sitting in one.
All the northern chairmen who did not get pickups, this time when they come, demand a pickup because you are equally important. Demand a pickup. They cannot cheat you all the time. Oh, my brother, my brother. Then they'll give you peanuts. Then they go to the south and they splash cash over there. So they are taking you for granted. So the people in the north vote for somebody who can bring development to this area. And no amount of intimidation should change you. Those chairmen who were intimidated and they went there to vote. Today, you see, some receive pickups. You didn't even know. I've shown you. They receive pickups. Ashanti region, some chairman got as high as 150,000.
150,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Wow.
1.5.
Wow. Billion.
So yeah. So now, if they are coming to you, delegates take 100,000. If they give you 100,000, vote for them. Anything short of 100,000, 99,000 crowd, don't vote for them. Vote for Agyapong.
Honorable,
thank you.
We are grateful that you could spend some time with us this evening, and I know for sure those of you who make your way to the WAEC hall, you will be able to meet Honorable one-on-one. I see a lot of messages and people saying that, oh, we want to meet Honorable, If you get to the WAEC hall, I'm sure you will meet up with him there. My name is Robicon. We are grateful. Thank you so much. Have a great day.